So Beverly, we've been a collaborative partner with the Chamber for quite a while. Are you on? I am. For quite a while. I just want to talk to you or have you answer anything you want to answer. But what are the Chamber's goals as it regards workforce development? And why is partnerships with Agape and all these collaborative partners that are out here, why is it important?
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me here this morning, and I'm delighted to participate. Clearly, there are more things that unite us than divide us. And if we remember that, I think we would do ourselves well to understand that collaboration works. You know, when I came to the Chamber, I guess I came about a year ago now. I've been there a year, yay! And we've been moving and shaking ever since. Yes. Certainly in different ways than most traditional chambers, but one of the things that I saw is there was a real need to create this talent pipeline. And I'll tell you why it's significant, not just in Memphis, Tennessee, but all across the country. First of all, unemployment, according to the Wall Street Journal, nationally is about 3.4%, and then in Memphis, Tennessee, it's 3.9%, the lowest unemployment rate in 50 years. The lowest unemployment rate. And while it's great on one hand, it's tough on another. Because what that means is businesses cannot find employees for the jobs that they have. Now, there's been speculation that there are about 15 to 21,000 jobs available in Memphis, Tennessee, for which there is no talent. So we have a talent pipeline issue. And to be able to address that issue, the Chamber came up with a 2-day workforce summit where we actually convened partners and we asked them to come to the summit to be able to work together. Now let me tell you, having run a nonprofit, a major nonprofit for a number of years, what I know about why we don't come together is I think many of us don't want somebody else to figure out who is funding us. And the reason is because resources are limited. And we hesitate to talk to each other because we want to make sure we keep our funders and not somebody else's. But I think what we've also learned is there is a lot more out here that we can get if we work together. So what we've done is, and I won't talk about day one, but I do want to talk about day two. Because that was a powerful experience. We convened players in 4 major pillars. The education and training pillar, where we asked all the folks who had anything to do with education and training, whether that's more technical training, Tennessee Tech, Shelby Schools, Southwest Tennessee, all of those players worked together. We asked the opportunity youth folks in those pillars to come together and work together. We asked opportunity adults to come together, work together. And we also asked the community of faith for the first time in the life of the Chamber to come together and work to try to identify plans with metrics that would allow us to upskill 10,000 people for the workforce in the next 12 to 36 months. We think we're going to do it shy of that. We think we'll have those numbers made very quickly. But what we ask them to do is develop a plan collaboratively to identify what is your goal for upskilling. How do we upskill 3 to 4 times what we're producing? If we produce 100 people now, how do we produce 400 trained people for the workforce? And each organization developed their own plan. But we didn't make it stop there. We had a facilitator. They'll convene these people quarterly. We will identify if they're meeting their targets. If they're meeting their targets and they need additional resources, the Chamber will help to find those resources so you don't have to worry about whose funder is sitting at the table. We will help you upscale your work by providing resources that will help you do your job more effectively. And here's the value of Agape. We know that businesses have jobs. You know where the people are. So if we marry, you know on where the people are with the jobs that are available and we get them upskilled, then we got a win-win for Memphis. And guess what happens in Memphis? Poverty goes down. People have pride. When you give people a job, you give them pride. You give them the opportunity to take care of their families. They have life. And when people have life, they don't have to conk you in the head for what you got. They don't have to do that anymore because they can take care of their families. So that's the beauty of the relationships with Agape, the school system, the community of faith. That the community of faith is in Memphis. We have a church on every corner. That's right. And sometimes 2 or 3 within a block. If we don't utilize that resource to help us identify those folks who are marginalized and disenfranchised, get them prepared for a workforce that is changing every day. And let me tell you a few things we learned. We learned that upscaling is not something you do one time. As technology continues to change people, as we start talking about artificial intelligence and robotics and digitization, what we need to realize is upskilling is something we have to do every year. We've got to upskill our people so that they have jobs in this highly technical economy that is already here. You know, they say God is already here. Technology is already here. And we've got to figure out how to utilize it effectively. So that's the value of Agape. And we appreciate our relationship with Agape and all of you out here who are partners with the Chamber, because together we can drive transformative change in Memphis, Tennessee. We all want it, we need it, and we can do it, but we have to do it together. Thanks.